New collaborations are coming to Pokemon. More items have dropped at the Pokemon Center. Ninja Spinner's full main set has been revealed. And Chaos Rising pre-orders are right around the corner. All that and more on this week's Card Arena Weekly. Alright, let's get into that general Pokemon news with the Puma X Pokemon collab, which is coming on April 1st of this year. These shoes will be the all-new Pikachu All Pro Nitro 2s, which will be retailing for $140 USD. These succeed the Mewtwo Swedes, which released in October of last year. Those retailed for $300, so these brand new Pikachu shoes are under half that price and might be worth it, because when I looked at them, they have a really nice design. You've got the yellow color scheme with a white trim and then two red cheeks resembling Pikachu's cheeks. I don't know about you, but I'm thinking about getting these shoes. I'm not much of a shoe collector. In fact, I don't think I've collected any shoes, but I'm definitely debating getting these. Let me know in the comments if you're planning on getting them too. Now, another collaboration coming to Pokemon is the Heinz X Pokemon collaboration, and it is currently unknown what exactly is going to be coming with this collaboration. However, the Heinz Japanese X account recently tweeted out the picture of their Heinz ketchup bottle alongside a picture of Pikachu, and on top of the image is the word next with a question mark in big bold red letters. Now, accompanying this image is the message, Pikachu, look forward to the announcement coming soon. Now, what could this be? Could it maybe be a brand new sauce and a sort of that electric kind of taste? Maybe they're doing a Pikachu flavored sauce? Personally, I'm cool with just a cool design on the bottle, but whatever it is, I'm looking forward to it, and hopefully you are too. Now, even though it's been previously announced, the new Uniqlo shirts are going to be coming this June. They will be featuring Pokemon such as Mewtwo, Charizard, Pikachu, the three original starters of Squirtle, Bulbasaur, and Charmander. So make sure you go on the Uniqlo website and check those out, because they are currently available for pre-order. Heading on over to LEGO, the 5 previously announced Pokemon sets have officially been released. These consist of Charizard, Blastoise, and Venusaur as the set of 3 Final Evolution starters, the Pikachu with the Pokeball, Eevee, the Pokemon Center, and the Kanto Badge Collection. Personally, I picked up 4 out of the 5. I'm yet to get the Pikachu, but I'm not too fond of the face design of him, so, maybe I'll end up picking it up down the road, but at the moment I've gotten 4 out of the 5. Let me know in the comments how many you've gotten, and I've heard there's leaks of additional LEGO sets coming this year, so we're just getting started with the Pokemon LEGO collaboration on this beautiful 30th anniversary that is underway. So I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully you are too, and I've thought about it. Not only am I going broke from cardboard, but now I'm also going broke from plastic. So anyways, that is the latest on the LEGO collaboration. Moving on to the Pokemon TCG news, we have the latest with Ninja Spinner, which is releasing in Japan on March 13th. The full 83 card main set has officially been revealed, and this of course will be part of our English set, Chaos Rising, which releases on May 22nd. There will be around 35 to 40 secret rares with a total of roughly 120 cards for the overall set. And this follows Perfect Order, which is coming later this month, which is set to have around 130 cards total. It is nice for a change to have 2 smallerish sets, considering throughout Sword and Shield, Scarlet and Violet, and even Mega Evolution that so far we've had these larger sets that exceed 150 and 200, Ascended Heroes being the largest set. So it is nice to see a bit smaller, but additionally there have been the first 2 illustration rares which have been revealed for Ninja Spinner, and of course will be in Chaos Rising, which are Ampharos and Tauros, and they look pretty cool, but I'm looking forward to see that Greninja card and see if the leaks really are true. In just a couple of days, we're going to know more of those IRs and SIRs, so that'll be featured on next week's Card Arena Weekly, and I'm looking forward to seeing them as the next week goes on. So let's move on to the pre-orders for Chaos Rising. On the topic of Chaos Rising, the pre-order window is officially open for items to drop at the Pokemon Center. This usually occurs between 67 and 78 days prior to release. The days in which the set typically does not drop for pre-order though is on Saturdays and Sundays. And now as of this past Thursday is when the window opened, and it runs through this next week into the following Monday. And then if it hasn't dropped by then, it means Pokemon's going with a new outlier on when they drop a set. But since the start of Scarlet and Violet, with the exception of 151, the set pre-orders have dropped between that 67 to 78 day window. So hopefully this helps you on catching those pre-orders. Keep in mind though, note that the pre-orders can occur between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. Eastern time, so hopefully this helps in your endeavors to get those pre-orders. Backtracking to Perfect Order, the pre-release promos have been revealed, which is going to feature Superior, Barbarical, Tyrantrum, and Doublé. You can find these cards in the Build and Battle boxes, which will be available during pre-release events throughout the dates of March 14th through March 23rd. The official release date, of course, for Perfect Order is on March 27th, so best of luck in your pulls if you're going for the pre-release, and best of luck in your matches as well. If you are playing, you can find these at your local card shops, which are holding these events. Over the past 2 months, Pokemon has been dropping Ascended Heroes products, and so far we've seen the Tech Sticker Collection featuring Charmander and Ghastly, the Erica and Larry 2-pack blisters, the Elite Trainer box featuring in Zekrom promo card, and the mini tins with 5 different designs to collect. However, later this month we're going to see 2 new products get added to the lineup. The first one is the First Partners Deluxe Pin Collection, which is going to be featuring Tepig, Chikorita, and Totodile, your starters for Legends EA. Depending on which, or all of the boxes actually, are going to have the 3 starters as cards that you can get, as well as a pin featuring all 3 Pokemon. Additionally, there will be 2 poster collection boxes that are going to be releasing alongside the Deluxe Pin Collection. This is going to either feature Lucario or Gardevoir, depending on which box you get. The Deluxe Pin Collection is going to have 5 booster packs. Meanwhile, the poster collection will have 10. And in that poster collection, you'll either get the Lucario promo card with the Lucario poster or the Gardevoir promo card with the Gardevoir poster. Now, all of that, there's still more products releasing on April 24th. This will include the booster bundles, which of course contain 6 booster packs. And then the final product to drop for Ascended Heroes that is currently known is the Mega EX boxes featuring Meganium, Imbor, and Feraligatr. These boxes will feature 4 booster packs in each, a promo card of each of those respective Pokemon, depending on which one you get, as well as an oversized lenticular card. I'm looking forward to all of this. Hopefully you are too, because there is just a lot of Ascended Heroes. I just wish the pull rates were a little bit better, but still a lot more to look forward to throughout the next couple of weeks and into next month. Let's head on over to the Pokemon Center to take a look at the latest news on drops. The opening scene merch, first off, has mostly sold out. However, I was able to get my orders in. Hopefully you were too. Personally, I got the playmat as well as the deck sleeves and the pin, and I honestly wish I had gotten the mug and the hat. Hopefully they'll restock, and if you weren't able to get this merch, hopefully you'll be able to get it should they restock. But I really like that they're starting out hot with this merch, and hopefully they'll restock it soon. Some new products, however, that have dropped at the Pokemon Center are multiple plushie lines, which consist of over 40 Ditto as Pokemon plushies, as well as the Daydream plushies and keychains, and the Comfy Friend plushies, which honestly, I'm tempted to get 1 or 2 of those Ditto plushies, maybe mix them in my plushie collection that I have so far, see if my friends can point out the difference. But, you know, a lot of plushies that have taken over the site, and yeah, I'm probably gonna have to add a number of them to my collection. Another product that recently stocked but unfortunately went out real quick was the new monthly pin featuring Giratina, a part of the Legendary Moments collection, which Pokemon is dropping throughout this year. This is the 3rd series following the Dragon pins from 2024 and the Habitat pins from 2025. I've been collecting as much as I can, but it is a real pain because these do drop on 1 Thursday of each month, and at this point it's hard to tell when they're going to drop. It used to be the 1st or 2nd Thursday, now it's the 3rd, could be the 4th, who knows, but just be looking out on the Thursdays of each month if you're interested in these pins. I was unable to secure the Giratina, maybe you were able to. If not, there's always next month, or there's always eBay for the resale or whatever it is, you know, I'll have to pick it up there one day. But these pins do not drop again, at least they have never restocked them before, so be on the lookout if you want to get them. There are still 8 or 9 more, I believe it's 9 more, because there's 12 total, 12 months in a year, right? But anyways, Giratina pin, moving on to the next month. Hopefully you'll be able to get it, and hopefully I will too. Heading on over to Japan for a moment, there are some new merch items which will be dropping alongside Ninja Spinner. This includes deck boxes, deck sleeves, as well as a Mega Greninja playmat, all of which dropping alongside Ninja Spinner on March 13th. Now it's time for another weekly pack opening here on Card Arena Weekly. This week we've got the Phantasmal Flames booster pack. Let's go ahead and get this open. Still looking for more of those chases. I've got the Lopunny and the Sharpedo so far. However, it would be nice to get the SIR Zard or possibly the Gold Rare. This week's energy is a Grass energy. We've got Nimble, we got Mischievous, Duraludon, Carvana, Battle Cage, Granbull, Ceruledge, a Oddish Reverse, Dugong Reverse with the Moltres Holo. So not quite a hit today, but that is this week's Card Arena Weekly pack pull. Let's head over to the collectibles world news, where Konami has recently dropped a brand new Yu-Gi-Oh set dubbed Limit Over Collection The Heroes, which features numerous nostalgic cards such as Dark Magician, Elemental Hero Flame Wingman, Junk Synchron, Stardust Dragon, Number 39 Utopia, and more. Additionally, coming later this month is another set which is going to be rivaling this one, and this of course is called Limit Over Collection The Rivals, and this set will feature more overframe cards such as Blue Eyes White Dragon and Cyber End Dragon. While these are only available in Japan for the moment, I'm hopeful, along with Yu-Gi-Oh fans, that these sets will be available in the US in the near future, and I don't see why they wouldn't do it, because these cards are beyond beautiful. I mean, if they wanted to compete with what these other card games are doing, this is it right here. I'm fully supportive of it. Let me know which one is your favorite, and hopefully they do release it in the US real soon. Now, jumping back into the realm of Funko, there are a number of new Pokemon Funko Pops which have released. This includes Electabuzz, Magmar, and Ivysaur. However, there are 3 new pops along the way, which are going to be Goomy, Zoroark, and the anticipated premium pop of Venusaur, which will be arriving later this month on March 22nd. Now, I've collected my fair share of Pokemon over the years, including the recently released premium Pikachu pop, and I have to say, these premium pops are some of the best looking that Funko has produced. They've been known to do multiples of the same Pokemon, you know, Flock Charmander, Diamond Charmander, Metallic Charmander, regular Charmander, but finally they're, you know, doing some really cool designs, and finally we're getting Venusaur and Blastoise. We've had Charizard before, but honestly this one looks a lot cooler. However, these regular pops that I mentioned, the Goomy, Zoroark, and the Electabuzz and Ivysaur, are $14.99. The exception, of course, is Magmar at $15.99, and then the premium pops are $19.99. Staying on the topic of Funko, Yu-Gi-Oh also has premium pops on the way, featuring Dark Magician, Blue Eyes White Dragon, and Red Eyes Black Dragon. These Funko Pops will be showcasing the monsters coming mid-summon out of their cards, and these will be dropping on April 27th, so stay tuned for that, and hopefully more Yu-Gi-Oh pops throughout this year. Before I end this week's Card Arena Weekly, I wanted to introduce a new segment that I thought would be interesting to add, called Random News I Saw This Week. Starting off with a Pokemon topic, a Redditor recently posted a sculpture of Giratina. However, this sculpture is completely made out of trading cards. This just showcases yet another way to turn those bulk cards into something magical. Now, stepping away from the collectibles community, or maybe it is technically still a collectible, Reese's announced a brand new toothpaste which is sugar-free and then also chocolate peanut butter flavored. So essentially they're putting the Reese's peanut butter cup kind of flavor into toothpaste. However, this is only going to be available in New Zealand and Australia. I'm not going to be buying it. You know, let me know if you'd want to buy it. Obviously it's only in 2 countries, but it's a little weird. I'm personally going to pass, but let me know if you would. And finally, a few pieces of news from Oreo. There's a new limited edition Stuff of Doom packaging which has recently released. This also contains Oreos with color changing cream and a masked decadence flavor. Now, the most interesting thing though coming out from Oreo is a limited edition mini fridge, which doesn't just cool your food, also has a milk dispenser. However, there are only 3 available through a sweepstakes which has just recently ended. However, I think it's really cool to see a milk dispenser and a mini fridge and Oreo doing something cool and unique. All right guys, that pretty much does it for this week's Card Arena Weekly. Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if there's any news I missed down below in the comments. I try to capture all I can between Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, and other collectibles, as well as some things outside the collectible space. Make sure you check out my other videos though, where I do openings and more, as well as my gaming channel where I upload new gaming videos weekly. That can be found below in the description. Sky Clashes is the name of that channel. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on next week's Card Arena Weekly.